So today I'm going through information. Basically, should residents be concerned? This one local place is begging that they think there is enough concentration in the soil that the soils need to be analyzed. That it is perfect for dioxins to have contaminated land, and they request that they be analyzed. They understand it will be costly. They say the conditions are absolutely right for dioxins to have been formed, and it's going to be terribly important to determine for public health and to reassure the community that it be tested, even though they know it's going to be very costly. Now let's look at the World Health Order. Now this is the only time you'll see me look at the WHO, but this is the WHO's newest little rendition of dioxins and their effects on human health. Now listen to how this is portrayed as to local news and later a peer-reviewed journal research edition. Now they just start talking about dioxins, how it's a group of things found naturally in the world. There are compounds found naturally in the world or naturally in your food, even in animal fat, things that you can control. And it's just something like a butterfly that filters through the world and you see just on occasion, but no, not that harmful. Oh, but the most sensitive groups are developing fetuses. Oh gee, newborns and developing fetuses. Or people of their occupations such as workers in the pulp and paper industry and incineration plants and in hazardous waste sites. So we'll just slip that one in there after we made it sound like a butterfly. Now let's look at this epidemiology peer-reviewed research study about the health effects of dioxins and a 20-year study of mortality in a community that basically had the same thing happen. This is very interesting. Always go look at this. I'm going to an academia peer-reviewed research. Health effects of dioxin exposure, a 20-year mortality study. Here's the information. If you want to go and read this for yourself, you can go and read this. Always look for these scientific papers that have been put through the ringer by scientists and physicians and everyone else that can have a hand in it professionally. Now, one of the things they say about this abstract is that they noticed a lot of elevated unclear deaths, especially related to cardiovascular, lung, and endocrine-related systems. So they were really concerned as to why that kept showing up in all of the zones A through whatever, which were people that had been kind of contaminated at different levels. The health effects associated with exposure to dioxins, they found, including carcinogenicity. I can say that. It said that if the possible risk was, let's go back to that. The possible risk, even in low-level contaminated doses, very much a risky thing. So now we're talking about, we have gaps in knowledge because of this study. We don't know. There were so many unanswered. This is from 1976. There were so many things unanswered by the study. It created more questions about the environmental contamination and the documented dioxins in the soil, the way that the people that were directly contaminated and had direct, highly concentrated contact had issues. And you can look down here at some of all these issues. Now it says the mortality and the cancer incidence studies were implemented in 1985, and they were kind of unclear. Although everything was elevated, there was an unclear elevation to many cancers. It was unclear which was really the worst and what really was caused. There was so much more that needed to be done. Extrapolation of these high exposure risk estimates to current environmental dioxin levels is problematic. They need more studies. They don't know enough about dioxins and the way that it responds to the body in high contaminated doses. So we don't know how it's going to affect people, the land, livestock, crops grown. We don't know. There's so many unanswered questions because we just do not have the knowledge, the long-term scientific knowledge to understand how this chemical will affect us after years. Oh, but if you go to the WHO, it's just, you find it everywhere. It's just everywhere. It's just in animal fat. It's in coffee filters look at the way things are worded. Look at how the people word things, the word choice, and the way that they emotionally try to make you feel. Look for straightforward scientific answers that say, hey, we don't know jack squat, but we can say we found this, and we need more research. Or you can go to the WHO and have them tell you everywhere that you can find it in low level doses that are not gonna kill you in 20 years. But if you live next to a train wreck where it basically, you might as well have salted the earth. They can't tell you anything, but they're going to refer you back to, oh, the little bits you find in coffee filters and animal fats. Be aware of the emotional context of the articles you read during these times of crisis.